Welcome back to another episode of Eddie Fiola's Fact or Freestyle,
where there's no characters, it's only real people.
We sold the show to Eddie Fiola, but we retained creative control.
We're going to find out what happens when people stop being polite and start getting real.
Let's see how far down. I messed up. Sorry.
Oh, I was
Keep
just
going. Keep going.
Let's see how far down.
Nailed it.
The rabbit hole. This rabbit hole will go. What is it? I don't remember what the line is.
Let's see how far down the rabbit hole we go this time.
This time.
Okay, just do that last one. I can fix
the
it.
Rabbit hole. We go this time.
Okay. Boom! I'd end it right there. Oh my God.
I can't even tell you how many things I had going on as we were trying to arrange this. It was, dude, I do 6 things at once. It's insane.
Yeah, I know. You gotta calm down. The main reason I wanted to do this now, nice SpiderMan shirt. The fuck is that?
I got it from S&M.
Oh, S&M. I see the S.
Oh my God, dude, it does look like Spider-Man. What the hell?
It looked like a SpiderMan shirt, dude. There you go. Now it doesn't. So I had 2 people come up to me who don't watch anything and go, "Are you guys like running out of shit to do? Because now it's just like you and Joe talking about your weekend." And I'm like, "Wait, what are you talking about?" They're like, "Yeah, there's just one of you just sitting there talking to Joe about like just shit." And I'm like, "Well, that's what we always just do." And he's like, "No, this is like dumb shit." So there you go.
It's so funny. And then we get them, then they get kind of angry, right? They're like, "I want some fucking Eddie Fiola stuff."
They want some Eddie Fiola stuff.
Oh God, dude.
Oh my God.
Okay, so let me show you what I've got.
Yeah, you don't have to show me anything.
These are all like show plans and
yeah,
bits.
what's in your brain that you're doing all this? Like, what if you focus that on shit that would make you real live cash? Think of how rich you'd be.
Okay, so do you really want to hear the strategy?
I guess so, but I won't understand it. But
my boss, my boss did his internship at Pixar.
What's that? Is that something to do with movies?
Remember, like all the like Toy Story?
Yeah, you always see the Pixar in the beginning of the film. Yeah.
That was the film studio. So he was around, like
Okay.
He started his career back in the day with like, basically he's saying like computers, the reason computers are as powerful as they are right now is only because of the needs of storytellers. And I go, and he's like,
no.
Yeah. So he was a military guy, kind of like my dad. And as I was getting to know him, I was like, okay, well, look, what's a military guy like you doing in a business like this? And he tells me, and I'm like, wow, give me 2 pieces of advice. And he goes, make something every day. And he told me something else.
Yeah, coffee. There's one.
He said, so I started waking up at 5 and just trying to make something, and either I get it to plan stage or I get it all the way through. But if
there's a chance that guy may have ruined your life.
Yeah, the chance that guy may have ruined Dave Norrie's life.
Yeah, it's true. I don't know, but you're not ruining Dave's life. If anything, Dave wants to be in a spotlight no matter what, whether it's good or bad. Like Dave might go out and kill somebody just so he can get the perp walk on CNN so they can say, look, this guy just murdered somebody.
I told Angie, did I tell you this? I told Angie that our hypothesis is that Dave hates BMX. And she goes, why do you say that? I go, he doesn't practice, he sneaky touches, and he won't learn any new tricks. I go, there was a period of time when he did, but that was it. She goes, okay, and what's the rest of the story? I go, he loves fame and praise so much.
Yeah.
And there's only one thing in his life that will get him fame and praise, and that's the thing he hates the most, and that's Dave Norrie's torture.
Oh no. That makes sense. So,
And it's just funny to talk about. Like, what if?
where's Dave right now? We got to get a hold of him. He's probably very busy.
Should we? Yeah.
Couldn't have been busier than I am right now.
Do you want me to bring him? You want me to add him to this?
It couldn't hurt.
Okay,
I
hold
don't
on.
even know what this is. So yeah, do it.
Oh my god, this is so funny.
Oh. Ah.
So I think this is like the reset show, like the New Year's thing. It's all different.
Oh no.
Oh, did you listen to my
No.
expression of gratitude?
Yes. The one where you held the money up.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I probably listened to the whole thing. It wasn't long, right?
It was not long, but
You said that somebody sent you money. I forget exactly what it was.
I said
It's very hard to look at Joe Sisman posts and soak it in. They're tough. It's a lot of work.
I said the royalty check from Eddie Fiola and his business partners arrived, and Dave
Yeah, then you
never
held up
do.
the money. See, Dave might think that's real, and he might like freak out.
That's precisely the intention. Because like the Flatland like the BMX Illuminati got their zines with the fake money. Dave did not get one.
Dave didn't get what, a zine?
Dave didn't get a zine. I sent him the digital version of the zine, and I don't know if he reads it, but I don't know if he cares.
Huh. So, like, if he actually just got fed up one day and did the naked Gumby, what would you do? Like, are you then that takes away all your work? You'll have nothing left to do.
Now, I'll tell the story of how I cyberbullied Dave Norrie into doing a naked Gumby for Ron. That's what I'll tell the story of.
But how many people are following this story?
I do have. So there are zealots. There are zealots out there.
What's a zealot? People that follow something.
Like
you can't use these 10-cent words, man. You gotta.
Sorry, man. Sorry.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
Like UFOologists are following this. Like
UFOologists are that people that follow UFOs?
Like Stony McGee. He's like, no, wait a sec. Like Stony McGee sent me a video of explaining frog bars to his parents, and they were like ready to lock him up.
Commit him. Yeah, I was gonna say they're ready to just go, son. Can you go get that? Can you go get my sweater out of the car? And then they just lock it and drive him to the fucking facility.
Yeah.
The home. The nervous hospital.
So yeah. So those are the people who are following it. Like, people will send me jokes, like, and even if there's just 30% of people following it, there's 60% of people who are unaware that something incredible is happening. And they're going to find out eventually.
I'm one. Oh, what if one of these days we get a text from a number we don't recognize, and it's Dave's wife saying that Dave spent the last like day and a half at the insane asylum and wants to so you won't be hearing from him. Like Dave could be committed, right?
Well,
Something
I mean,
like,
let's talk about. Well, so here's what I would ask her. What was the obsession? Because if the obsession is he kept seeing 43 everywhere, that would be interesting.
Oh yes. Oh my God. on Friday, 43 came up. It was 7 times in 15 minutes. And I was like, and it wasn't like 825 something 43. It was, I had something at work and there were 43 of one item and 43 of another, which never happens. And it was, and I didn't even know. The guy just went, okay, you got 43 and oh, this one's 43. Okay, I got to double check, make sure it's just not the same one. Okay. And I was just like, and I don't like say anything about it. And then as soon as I go out somewhere in the car, do something, a 43 showed up. Then there was a 43 outside. Then there was a 43 on the radio. And then when I got back to work, there was a 43 on something and another 43. It was easily 7 in a row in less than 20 minutes. And I was just like, this is so fucking weird. And then I was thinking like, wait, these are only the ones I'm seeing. There's probably more around here. It was very, very odd. I felt uncomfortable. I'm not even kidding. I felt like something was up. That's how weird it was. It was really weird.
So that also is happening to me. So, you know, we bought this house that we're going to renovate because we can't do the schoolhouse. And I had it's a hillbilly mortgage company because they're all hillbillies around here. So I had to call and get the loan number because it had been so long. They just didn't even mail me.
Yeah.
There are 2 43s in the loan number, in the account number.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
And so when I sent them the mortgage check in the, 10 and $1 spot and the cents, I put 43.43. So I sent them like $50 more just so that I could get
a 43
over and have spaces. So I'm sending 43s through the financial system. Dude, I had the craziest frog bars dream last night. Not even kidding. I drew it up.
Frog bars dream.
Oh my God, dude. It was insane. It was like in that movie Tron where they had all the programs lined up and
I know what it is, but I've never seen Tron.
Oh,
but
Tron
I remember
1
the
and 2.
video game when I was a kid. I know dudes are standing on like platforms, right? And then they're shooting at each other. Is that what it's kind of?
So when I come out to build the couch fort, we're gonna watch. One of the things we're gonna watch is like either Tron 1 or Tron 2. But anyway, they were just like people lined up, and then there were these huge stone statues of like frogs, like frog head, like, the Egyptian.
Oh, no.
Okay. And the narration, it was like a zoom in. It was like the intro to a movie because I watched this awesome like Onion Island or something, Glass Onion last night. That was super awesome. Anyway, camera zooms in and it's like all the state mandates worship of the frog, but the frog talks to everyone. So the state cannot stop people from hearing the frog, but the state can keep people from acknowledging that they're hearing the frog so that they stay in line.
That's right up your alley because I have no idea what that means.
And then it zoomed in and it was like, okay, so the frog's talking to me, but I live in a state where I can't just go run around talking about the frog. So then it cuts to another one because my friend is in China and it goes, but in China, they outlawed the frog. No one's allowed to believe in the frog. The state gives them something else to believe in, but everyone hears the frog. And so the setup is that there's like this frog bars god that talks to every single person, but there's like matrix-like machine and government control to keep you from actually making the funny jokes that the frog is trying to make. And that's why no one is funny right now. There are very few funny people. That was the dream. That I get jokes from the frog god.
Oh my God.
Uh-huh. I woke up to that. Now, Ray, I've been having frog, like Kermit the Frog dreams since I was a kid.
Kermit the Frog dreams.
Yeah. Yeah.
Huh.
Anyway, I've talked about this before. So yeah, so Dave might be in the 43 loony bin. He asked me, he's like, hey, can we Zoom sometime on Sunday with a tutorial? I want to teach you a trick. And I'm like, no, that's not going to work. This is going to take way too long. What are we going to do? And he goes, name the trick. And I go, naked Gumby. And he goes, no. And I go, I'm not doing your tutorial. But I really do. Ray, I actually bought a tough wheel with a coaster brake to learn Gumbies so I can do them in my 50th year. So I'm going to do a naked Gumby. I'm going to file for the copyright, like copyrighted choreography as a derivative work.
Oh no.
And no one will tell me that they have done the naked Gumby. Then when Dave finally gets the nerve up and realizes that his payday is to do the naked Gumby for like some HGTV or History Channel, I'm going to
have you seen how hard it is to do a
it.
Gumby, a regular Gumby? It's really hard.
Oh, it's fucking, like, I'm really
It's incredibly
concerned about
hard.
it.
I broke it down and watched Dave do it, and I couldn't believe he's able to do it because it's like just the balance alone is ridiculous, and then the strength you need. You're gonna have to do a lot of hot tub and stretching, and you might need to wear a shrimp rock.
I'm gonna wear a helmet, and I'm gonna have to learn this on Gumby Resi.
Yeah. Oh, you're gonna need something.
The Gumby is no joke. So I got the coaster brake, but now I got to get a seat post and a long seat to catch the bars.
What about cranks? Do you need 185s like he has, or does he still have 185s? Dude, this is where I come in, too. Joe. This is where I come in, Joe. This is my old school BMX knowledge coming right and hitting you in the face.
Yes.
Who would have thought of the 185s? Nobody but me, Joe. Nobody
Ray,
but me.
Can you be my naked Gumby coach?
I am. We have it right on video right now.
Oh,
you need
dude.
them goddamn 185s, man.
I'm running like 145s or 150s, something insane.
Oh, you're gonna have to get an extension.
I got to build a new bike. I got to build a new bike. I have a white Heresy that's 19-inch that I have not built up because I only run black. But
you may have to just get an actual bike set up just to do a Gumby.
That's what I'm going to have to do.
You should, you know what you ought to do? You ought to just get a 29er because they're so much bigger. You don't have to climb around so much. A Gumby's a Gumby, dude.
A Gumby's a Gumby. I have a 24-inch. I don't know if
do it on a 24-inch. What's Dave going to say?
I was flowed by Odyssey for a minute to do 24
Who wasn't? Who wasn't? Come on.
Good. Okay, fine. I have a 24-inch, and it's a Jim Selinsky Wave C.
You probably tell that to all the girls.
I told Angie for sure. So I was at a wedding. Angie and I were at a wedding for my cousin on New Year's Eve, like in 2012, and I was doing buddy videos with a dude, and Cruiser Revolution gave us like the top spot for, you know, dope shit that year. No, it's like 2013. Dope shit. And I did a death truck on a 24-inch, and I wrecked myself so hard learning it. So I could do a Gumby on a 24, and that would be a perfect. Oh, but God, I would have to have huge cranks on the 24.
You're gonna have to build a bike, a custom bike, especially made to do only a Gumby. You're gonna have to build a bike to only. You're gonna have to build a bike called the One Trick Pony, It's going to be called the One Trick Gumby. And you're going to have to, Dave's trick is so complex that you're going to have to build a bike to do, or you either have to build a bike to practice on, or you're going to have to just get Dave's bike and do it. We should steal Dave's bike. Dave just joined. Here we go.
Oh my God, dude. Dave, how many bikes? Dave, how many bikes do you have right now?
I don't know, something like 20.
There you go. Joe needs a bike.
Can you? Okay. And you can sell this to your sponsors. Can you please
You don't have to
send
say
me?
please. You don't have to say please, Joe. Just
Can
ask
you?
them.
All right. Can you, Dave? I want you to send me a Gumby bike. I want you to send me a bike that I can do a naked Gumby on, because Ray and I were talking about the setup, and even though I did in fact get a coaster brake tough wheel, I like the whole bike's going to have to be set up differently. And if I'm going to do a naked Gumby for my 50th,
Did you watch my video? I just posted a video today on how to do a Gumby with clothes on. So
You know
take the
what?
same.
Hey, Dave, this is getting reversed right now, because now Joe's stressing out because now he realizes how hard it's going to be to do the naked Gumby. See, he thinks he's going to knock you down doing this naked Gumby.
I know.
I don't think Joe's going to be able to do the naked Gumby. He's going to need your help.
I know.
He's going to need your help. Like
And
you have to build the stage, get the rope, and tie the noose to kill yourself. So Joe can
I'm
then
happy
pull
to-
the lever
I'm happy
to
to
hang
help.
you.
I'm happy to help,
Motherfucker,
but
man. I
That is
figured out Joe
so
Fishman
funny.
now. I figured out Joe. He now wants you to do all the work so he can then kill you. But he can't. He needs your help to kill you.
Right. Yeah.
Oh.
He needs me. So Joe, tell me about what you have. So you have a coaster brake. You have like a mag that you're going to put on a bike.
I have a coaster brake tough wheel that just showed up, but the packaging, like the guy put the parts in a like sandwich bag, and when I opened the box, parts were all over. So I don't know if I'm missing a part.
I'll do a how to.
And
I'll
then
do a
he
how
didn't
to on how to
know
put
a
the hub together.
very knowledgeable
And I have very-
freestyle relic informed him that you need 185s to do a Gumby, and that didn't even make it to Joe's brain, because he didn't show up till the mid 80s, so he didn't know
Yeah.
about that you need 185s, and everybody
You
knew
know
that
what?
when we were
I
kids.
never.
Everybody knew that when we were kids,
I
but not
I
late to
never
the party,
understood-
Joe. He's
I
so
never
late to the party.
understood the Gumby as a trick when I was on the come up, and now I'm going to be. I'm learning that there is the Gumby is not to be
way
trifled
more than
with.
a trick.
It's a lifestyle, Joe. It's a lifestyle, and it is.
lifestyle.
It's a 175. That's what you can go with 175, depending on how high your bottom bracket is. Like you might have a bike
No,
that the bottom bracket's super a lot of clearance, and then you're going to need
you
know,
185s.
the
Dave,
right way
Dave, you know
for
what
me to
Joe
do
is
this is
never
to
going
do
to
it on your
experience.
bike.
I'm not making a joke. Joe is never going to experience something that I experienced, and that was 1985 in the Paoli bike parking lot in Pennsylvania, hearing probably 600 kids chant Gumby, Gumby, Gumby. And Dave had already done it. He had already done it earlier in the show, but they wanted to see it again, and he went out and did it.
That's
It was
why
hot as
Dave
fuck
does.
out. It was really hot, but I witnessed it. And you know what, Joe? I don't think you're ever going to get that. Dave got
You're
it
going to need
first,
at
and I
least
think
600
I
people
think
chanting
that's why-
Gumby.
that's why Dave. I think that's why Joe's doing this, because he didn't get to live the life that you did, Dave. He didn't get to hear those 600 kids, and Bradley Cooper may have been in that crowd.
Really?
Bradley
Okay,
Cooper
so-
may have been chanting Gumby. to
If
Dave.
you tell Andrew Guerrero what you're doing right now, you will have the biggest crowd of.
Oh,
You know how
oh.
many people want to bust my balls, Dave? That is a long line. You want to sell tickets to Back for
Oh.
More in 24. There's more people who
That
want to
means-
bust my balls
There's a
than,
big
show-
line.
than
There's
watch
a lot.
you
I,
in a parking
I'm not
lot.
gonna. I'm not going to climb that ladder on your, you know, your dismay. I'm not going to go against you. Come on now.
Yeah, I know you're not, but this would be funny.
Okay, so going back to what your bike, you can do it with a
I
freewheel.
need you to send me. I need you to send me your bike. I need you to send me your bike, and I need you to call your.
He just said he can do it on a
sponsor.
freewheel. Hold on, listen to the man. Calm down, Joe, and let Dave talk.
Yeah, you can do it with a freewheel. You saw me do it on a bike in Ohio.
Yeah, and you know what I said? I said, "Oh my God, is that a freewheel Gumby?" Like,
Yeah.
no, you can do it on a freewheel.
Well,
We
maybe
have to
that's,
step it up.
yeah, maybe you just have to
Oh,
start.
Step it up. Wait, Joe, aren't you a pro Flatlander?
I am,
Step
but I
it
have
up.
to. You have. Ron Wilkerson said you have to learn it in stages. You can't stage skip. I have to learn it first. Oh my God, I have to do it twice. What you're saying? I have to learn it with a coaster brake, and then I have to learn it with a freewheel. Oh.
Okay, so Joe, the only bike I could send you realistically is the Big Daddy that I built, and it's set
I'm
up. I
on
mean,
the hook. I'm on the hook for this
Yeah.
so hard.
I know.
Hey, Dave, you could start a zine about Joe not being able to do a Gumby.
This is all bad.
And you can put a $2 bill in it. You can put a $2 bill in it and hand it out of Joe not being able. And you could do the whole storyline could be Joe trying to get pieces of the bike to do it, and then
Just to get
you
together.
struggle.
And it's months
It'd be
later.
like Rocky chasing the chicken, trying to get ready to fight the Russian.
Yeah,
Oh,
and
my-
it's months later, and he still doesn't have the bike. Okay, so
Joe,
I
this
will
may
pack
all
up-
reverse onto you, man. You may have to figure something out here.
Dave, can you call John B to give you? I need to
Well-
do it on a Haro Master, and I
Well,
need
you
you
know-
to be my bike mechanic because this is well beyond my wrenching.
wait, why does it have to be on a master?
It has to
To
be
be on any
one of-
bike.
It has to be on any bike that's set up for Gumby, and I
I know, and that's what I'm
need-
saying. I have a Big Daddy. I have a Big Daddy that I'm not
Okay.
riding much,
Okay.
and it's all set up for it. It has a coaster brake. It has
Okay.
the seat, the quick release seat clamp. Everything's good to go. The cranks are 175, and
Wow.
Can you ask Fred to mail that to me?
And then put
How
some
about-
extra stuff. Put some extra stuff in the box for. Put some stuff from his shop in that box. Just hope Joe doesn't chip his teeth on anything.
You have to force me to do an unboxing.
Oh, there'd be a lot of silicone parts coming out of that thing.
Oh my God.
But anyway, yeah. Can you put that in the mail for me?
Hey, Dave has a hat on, but he doesn't wear hats. What's that all about?
Oh, I've been wearing hats now all of a sudden.
Yeah,
Not a lot,
Here you
but
are.
just
you want a hat? Here's a hat.
So
You know-
we were just discussing our hypothesis, Dave, that we're
Okay.
going to test.
Do I
with
got to
you.
listen to this again?
Should we believe, and this is a hypothesis, which means that I'm not saying it's correct or not, but I have reason to believe it is, and so we're going to try
Yeah.
to test it and see if it is or not.
yeah, I understand. I understand the concept. Go ahead. I know you have to speak to me like I'm a 7th grader, but I understand.
Wow.
You hate BMX so much. You hate BMX.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
But you love fame and praise way more. And so to get the fame and praise you love, you have to do the thing that you hate. We think you hate BMX, or we suspect you hate BMX. Is that true?
Oh, come on now. How could
Not
that
a chance,
possibly
right?
even enter? How could that possibly even enter your mind?
Because it would explain so much.
Yeah. What would it explain?
It would explain why you didn't come to the BMX Hall of Fame to watch Kevin Jones get inducted.
Yeah.
That would completely
We were
explain it.
Well, you know that I was torn between that decision.
I know.
Basically, I was going to make that decision when I was on basically the surgery table saying, okay, well, now that I have surgery, I can't go to the contest, so I'll go there. And then Fred sent me a message, here's your ticket to Colorado. So that answered my
here's
question.
what's funny. Random events derail you and give us reason to believe that you are actually controlling those random events.
I know. And,
Yeah.
you know, some people believe
That's
that.
the first
though.
thing
Some
Joe
people
ever
believe
said that I kind of understand.
And so now we have to use science to figure out what's going on. And so that's why we wanted to present you with it, because we want your help to help us find the derailer.
The derailer for my perspective on BMX. What derailer?
Like what kept you from Kevin Jones?
Is that well? Is there's got to be more than just that one event that you feel like I've derailed? Is there other?
I think maybe
fighting the naked Gumby.
I don't think, now that I'm looking at it now, I think Dave personally gets more out of going to that contest in Colorado than going to the Hall of Fame. I think that's what it is. And I'm not saying that in a bad way. I'm not saying that in a bad way. I'm just saying that, like, for where Dave is right now in his what's a word for this? I can't think of it. Just he got more out of going to that Flatland contest than going to the Hall of Fame. And there's no ill feelings about anything. I just think that, you know, it was like, you know, I have to drive, just like, hey, you have to drive across the country. Would you rather do it in like a really relaxed, nice Cadillac, or do you want to do it in a Ferrari? Like, I'd probably pick a Cadillac, you know, but maybe Dave really likes Ferraris and would take the Ferrari. Does that make sense? It's a very bad analogy, but that's the only thing I can think of.
Oh yeah, because he's already kissed the ring. Like he's already Dave's already expressed his respect for Kevin.
Yeah, that's true. But I still would. Yeah, I still wanted to be there. There was no doubt I wanted to be there. It just made more sense to do the contest, because.
But there's got to be another one. There's got to be. So let's just ring fence that one and say, fine, look for others like that. So it's not like, Dave, you have a negative point. It's just saying, look, that's our prototype. So we have to look for other
events where I basically made one decision versus, so York Jam versus Cornhuff. I mean, that's another one.
That's another one.
What's the next contest? What's the next contest?
Mm-hmm.
Well, the next jam is
One Love.
One Love.
Ask me.
Uh-oh.
Are you going
Ray, you're gonna love it.
Are you going to go to the Bahamas with Angie, or One Love?
Christ, I go to the Bahamas.
I am booked for a stage show in New York the weekend of Martin Luther King Jr.
What's a stage show?
Yeah, right.
It's when at a conference they have like the events and they put them up on stage, and then they tell either different industry dramas, or they have a conversation, or they tell stories or something like that. And
that sounds like a lot of fun.
Right. And so it's the big.
Dave and I should go with air horns and teach you a lesson. Dave,
so
we ought to go to his thing and heckle him with air horns like the AFA days. Hi, I'm Joe Sisman. I'm from Ohio, and I'm here today to tell you about. Sorry, they're just my friends. Okay, so today we have a thing here where we're going to talk about the.
Ladies and gentlemen,
so
that
Joe,
was
and we'll sell
that
naked
was
Gumby shirts
MTV's
with Joe on
Large
them.
Ray. That was MTV's Large Ray.
TVs.
And Joe, the next,
If you guys
the
have
next event,
seen
what's the next event you're going to? Let me ask you, what's the next event you're going to, Joe?
Houston,
Great.
Rockstar Jam Circle,
This one.
and I have not validated yet. I have not registered, but I am working on. I'm going back to do the Terra Doom, and so I've been working with Scott Hagnes to, build up for it. And when I go to that jam circle, just like Uchi at the X Games with that bike flip, I got one trick that I'm going to do.
And you're going to take the $3,000.
And I'm going to look, if I hit the do you think that if a 50-year-old dude showed up at one of those contests and hit the Terra Doom in the contest, that
Is that like
they
when the
wouldn't
Karate
give him
Kid went like
some
this and then
points?
did the one kick?
Yeah.
Is Joe
Yeah.
the Karate
no.
Kid?
I think that's going to be it. Yeah.
So that's my plan. And I told Chris about it, and we're gonna road trip it because he went when on the way to and from Circle of Balance, he had like the worst airline experience. And he told me about it. I was like, F that. No more flying to contest, particularly not with the airlines the way they are right now. Dude, they laid off so many people.
Yeah. I got stuck in that too.
And offered early retirement, and people are just like you hear this stuff, they're like, it's hard to hire people because they're getting paid by the government more than what they would get paid in like regular industry.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, like fuel prices are going up. Fucking, it just happens. The weather's crazy. And then you got Bernie Sanders saying, oh, if you cancel an airline ticket, you should be paying your customer $5,000. Like, I had one, and this is
Did
like
you
an
hear that
actual thing.
impersonation? Did
Yeah.
you hear
Yeah.
that?
Damn, that was
Yeah.
good.
That's also the same one he does for Larry David. I think it's the same one, but anyway.
It is very similar. But when I flew back from London, I got a notification that my flight was canceled, but there was another flight, different number, different airline. It was the same plane. It was just booked, and they like rebooked me on it. I got an email that said, if you would like to issue a complaint, you could get like compensation. So like the government is forcing the airlines to like refund people
Dude,
for tickets.
Joe
that,
sounds like he's ready to storm the Capitol again.
that look, all I'm saying is Chris decided that we're going to road trip it.
Okay, good. That was a long way of saying that. Okay,
That was a
guys,
really
I'm
long
gonna-
way of saying it.
Well,
I'm gonna be
I'm
there.
highly informed.
Here,
I'm
practice this
tracking
for
a lot
next
of
time.
things right now.
Hey, we're not gonna fly. We're gonna drive. I just saved you 7 minutes and a bad impersonation.
The impersonation
I
is pretty
didn't
good, though.
rehearse that.
On
It was
its
pretty
own.
funny.
It was pretty good.
didn't
I have to
rehearse
fly.
It sounded a little bit like the Count Chocula guy, but anyway.
Yeah, okay. I do have to fly, Joe. I will be flying to Houston.
All right. Well,
I haven't booked my ticket yet.
hey,
I think
Nick
Joe's
Gumby-
pounding edibles right now, the way he's chomping. It's 25-gram edibles.
Oh my gosh.
Flintstone. What?
no, these
What
are
do you need energy for?
emergency, because I got this cold. I just started, like, it just broke up this morning, so I'm like blowing snot out. All right, so Dave, you're gonna
yes.
send me your Big Daddy frame bike complete.
Are you seriously wanting me to do this?
Yeah, he wants to do it.
Yeah. Oh, let me tell you this. Let me tell
It's
you the
gonna
plan.
cost like a.
Is he
it's
gonna
cost
drive
150
it
bucks.
there, or is it gonna fly?
Hey,
in a
that's why we
plane?
need it sponsored.
Now that you're not flying anywhere, is someone gonna have to drive that? Is it going ground or air? 'Cause we don't fly. Joe doesn't fly anymore.
UPS ground.
UPS ground.
Yeah.
Uh,
Okay. Joe's not going to eat or buy anything that is flown in the air anymore. Like he's going to go to a restaurant and go, "Where are these blueberries from? Oh, they're flown in from whatever. Get them off my dessert. I don't eat anything that flies.
No fly zone.
No fly zone."
No fly zone. Oh my gosh. I told Ray, Dave, I told Ray my dream. I
No,
dreamed
don't say.
of
Yeah, you
frogs.
don't
I'm
need
not
to
gonna
say
say
No,
it
not
again.
your
It's
dream.
about a
Please,
frog
please.
bar.
I'm not gonna
please.
say it again.
Stop.
No.
Just stop.
Anyway, so here's what I'm doing. The video project for my 50th is called New Bruises, a life-changing story. And it's about me going for this trick, knowing how difficult it is. I have to change all my habits just to get that trick.
So you're just gonna start being nice to me now?
Wow.
Okay, good.
You
All
don't
right,
think Dave?
good.
You don't think Joe's nice to you?
Oh, I do.
I
I
think
feel,
he's
but
nice, he
everybody
just
out
picks on-
there, out in the
It's
big
like
world,
it's
everyone's
like when you have an
"How do
older
put up
brother
with
that does
Joe?"
nothing but pick on you,
Wait,
but they
did you
love
ask me a
you.
question? Let me finish.
Ooh, yeah.
No, I'm just saying. You asked
I
me a
know.
question. I wanted to finish.
People think you and I are fighting, but we're not.
Yeah. So Ray, that was my point. Is what out there in the world, and people that watch this show, they say, and I'll quote, "How do you put up with Joe? He just is so mean to you." And I
I've said
said,
that.
"Yeah, you probably said that." And I said, "Oh, that's just Joe." And honestly, if I were really to answer it accurately, I say he's making me a better person.
Wow.
See, this is Ray. Dave and I had this agreement in 2021 that it was life coaching or GTFO, no matter what, and we would amplify the character. And people are like, "Oh my goodness, life coaching is hard. It's not something that I just do and have someone like. It's not like T-ball. You know what I'm talking about?"
E-ball.
Well, it's not like a participation trophy. Like if you have an accountability partner, then like you believe in one another so hard that you're like, no, this is the way you have to do it. And so that's what we've been playing up. And so like Dave will do things like pretend to buy all of his shirts, and then that becomes a big drama, and then he explains himself, and we're like, oh, okay, good.
Well,
I
and
just
it's even more
realized
than
something
that.
that's off subject.
Go ahead, go off subject.
When you
We're
just
gonna
said
come back to this.
participation trophy, I was thinking real quick. I'm like, I'm glad I lived before the participation trophy, and I just realized, hold on, this gets really ugly, Joe. I received one from the AFA.
You did.
The AFA gave out participation trophies, and
No,
I had
not to everyone.
yes,
just to
the
you.
certificate with the gold stamp. I have that. I have a certificate. And here's the thing that's funny is I threw it out. Like when I came home, I just threw it out. And when my dad passed away, I was going through all this shit, and he like had it in his drawer. He saved it.
Wow.
Because I threw it out. But it's a participation certificate. It says your name, and it says has competed against the best riders in the world, and it would say your class, and it's signed by Bob Morales and whatever. It's a participation trophy.
Oh my goodness. Why is James McGraw not doing this for all of his AFA?
They got to give everybody a I can't say participation. Where I can't believe it.
Well, I mean, it is hard to go up against dudes. Like you go back, like when I would go to Taekwondo tournaments, I think they would say not that you just showed up, it's that you showed up and prepared. And so the participation, I wonder if people are giving participation trophies the wrong name, because there are two. Well, if you don't offer a first place, second place, then yes, the participation trophy is a problem. But it's hard just to show up for your first contest. I remember my first contest. It's hard to show up for your first contest.
I had no problem with my first contest. I didn't give a
Well,
fuck.
of course you didn't. You have always walked around like you own the place because you were raised so well. And I'm not even kidding here. You were raised so well. And so, this is what
Joe,
I'm so
coming back to that point, Joe. So basically it's not just, the t-shirt happening in North Carolina. It's also real things that will start to, you know, like be sensitive, like true, like honestly sensitive. And I wouldn't want to like address it. I'm serious. And because of the show and because of the events and because of you and then Ray on top of it, because I remember, so one thing that sits in my mind is when Ray said something to me about, something about me as far as my intelligence in front of Todd, and Todd's voice
and Todd
said, Ray, now Ray. And honestly, I have feelings like that. I know that my education was crap. I mean, I went to an alternative school. I got my PE credit riding my bike to school. I took meditation class and Donahue classes. Now, what kind of education is that going to give you, right? Academically, I struggle, and it's a hurdle. But facing that on the show is real, right? And you can't turn away. I can't like hide behind, you know, a
You can do
radio
what I
speaker.
do and just go, Joe, what are you talking about? See,
I know.
you're too worried about it. You don't need academics. You
No,
don't need
like
academics
seriously,
to go to
dude.
the grocery store and live and go buy something and do something and do a Gumby.
No.
Don't worry about
No,
those
but
academics.
It's
Don't
true.
listen to Todd. Todd's got perfect hair. He's never struggled.
No, the
So
only
no,
time,
Dave,
Ray,
honestly,
Ray-
I'm with you because I was telling someone, I was telling Ray, I've told Ray this, I've told other people this, but it's only very recently that, like, I'm remembering that when I got out of college, like, I could barely read.
College.
no
I'm
way.
not
I do
kidding.
not
I'm
believe
not
that.
kidding because
I've never even thought of going to college.
I went, well, I went to college several times, but the first time I went to college, I was going to go in and do chemistry, and then I was like, someone said, "Oh, you should study what you would want to study if this was your last day on Earth." And I was like, "Okay, great." And I did it. And I said, "I'm
Right
going
to
to
the
study
porn
art
shop.
and art history." But when I got out of school, I didn't die, and so that's when I was like, "That's bad advice." So I had to like build all these skills. I had to teach myself how to do like programming, and I had to learn. I studied they call them first principles books, like the deep theory, so that you can figure out other stuff. And that's how I got my job. Like, and it is practically a sin that I was like, I couldn't explore. The first time I did the shrimp rocks, Dave, I intuited what I was feeling and I made stuff, but I couldn't explain it. I sound like a crazy person. I spent most of my life sounding like a crazy person because
Are you saying you would
language.
explain something to somebody and they didn't understand that you were talking about? I think you still have that a lot.
Yeah, I do have that a lot. And so it takes me like multiple times to get it right. So that's why Flatland is so comforting to me, because like it taught me that I just fail but iterate. And so that's why I make blogs and memes and all kind of stuff, is just to get it out of my head without it being perfect. Eventually it'll get perfect, but dude, like imagine
Dave's gonna make it through that when it's finally perfect. Will Dave still be here to see it?
Look,
the majority of your stuff is picking on Dave.
But
well,
Ray, Ray, you know
that was the point. I thought you wanted me to lean in, and then it became fun, and it kept leaning in.
Yeah, no, it's great, and it's interesting. I mean, and when I'm out in the world and someone calls me on it, I just have to kind of set them straight, like kind of not set them straight, but basically make.
You are getting famous because of this, Dave. People are coming to you and talking to you because of
Dave,
this.
what's that line? Any press is good press. There you go.
Well, I want to go back to the point that Ray said. So yes, I can go through the grocery stores and I can do Gumbies without, you know, the academic strength that I wish. The biggest challenge, honestly, the biggest challenge is when I'm doing an event and I have to pronounce people's names and remember. I mean,
you just make it up.
I'm so bad at it, and I'm
Give
so
them
embarrassed by it.
That's what I did.
I'm worse. I am so bad at that. It's so
Let's
bad.
have a contest. Let's have a contest, Ray, to see who's worse at pronouncing me. Hands down, I win.
Dude, I got
$100.
I got one job in BMX my entire life. I got one job. I
remember.
You about. It's the one where I had to do a thing, and Kenan just came up the announcing booth and took the mic out of my hand. So just give me all your money and sent me on my way because I was so bad. at
How did you feel
announcing,
after
and
that?
they have it typed out. What is it called phonetically? Where it's like Nastasio, and
Doesn't work.
I'd still screw it up.
Doesn't work
You know
for
what I
me
mean?
either. Phonetically,
I had
still
guys.
can't
I
do
was
it.
announcing guys doing front flips before they even ever did one. It was so bad. I only knew 3 tricks.
Because you
I'm
knew
like,
what he was gonna do.
every jump somebody did, I called it a Superman because I didn't know any of the names of the tricks. So you talk about not knowing shit. Like, oh,
Well, Catfish
it'd
does a pretty
be
good
like me
job.
right now trying to announce a Flatland contest. I don't know
Yeah.
what one trick is
Oh,
called. I would
God.
just go, here he is, some front wheel nonsense, some back wheel nonsense, some
Wait,
spinning
wait,
around
You
you know-
do
nonsense.
that.
There goes
You know
Matt
one
Wilhelm
trick.
spinning around again. I don't know what's
You know
going
one
on.
trick. You know one trick, the Gumby. That's one you can.
The
rest
Gumby, I
assured.
know the Gumby.
Yeah,
I have a magazine
Oh.
about it in my Christmas tree.
yeah. that's right.
Oh
That's
my
what
God.
Dave and I should announce. Dave and I should announce the York Jam next year. We'll just announce it. We'll be the
Oh,
entities
God,
of the
it's
York Jam.
so funny.
And I just want the list of every rider that's
Everybody's
there.
name, and we're just
go
going to read
through it.
where they're from,
Yep.
what their last name is, and something else.
Something else that's like really, it's mainly names that I just have no clue
Oh,
of.
that's so good.
What did you say the first time you saw Schleckweg? You probably couldn't even say that, could you?
No, I
He's
just said
going to
large
go,
Ray.
what Schleckweg?
I just said large Ray. I didn't have
Yeah,
to
there
say
you go.
it.
That's,
mean, if
that
you don't
might
have to
be
say it, you
that
don't
might
have
be
to
why
say it.
Lou. That's probably why Lou said that. He wants to know who Ray Schleckweg is. Large Ray.
Oh. Guys, I have to confess something.
Oh no.
Oh. Hey, look, man. Sometimes you like boys. You know, it's girls. It's just love, Joe. It's just love. Love is love, Joe. Go ahead. Tell us what you need to tell us.
Oh, hey, if love's love, then thanks. That's all I needed to hear. But anyway, there was something else that I wanted to mention.
Yes.
I have to get it off my chest because
Oh God.
I'm very sensitive to this. So I tell people that I live in a renovated schoolhouse between 2 farm fields about 60 miles from Dave Chappelle, but I don't know Dave Chappelle. And people get it and it helps them like I'm thinking of actually driving to Yellow Springs and asking him if I can do it, but that would be bad.
Do what?
Just use him in my intro.
You don't have his.
You think you're just gonna find him walking the streets, getting a cup of coffee one day?
Yes,
Chappelle?
because that's how
Okay.
people do it.
And okay,
In
I don't
Yellow
think you need to ask him.
Okay,
So
fine.
what?
Thank you. So here's the second part of this. Somebody calls me and he goes, hey, one of my sponsors calls me and it's not Chris Young. And he goes, hey, for the second zine, you should have a write-up by Mike Daly, Lou, and Spike.
Oh boy.
And have them comment on something. And I was like,
You might get one of those guys.
well, this is what I said. Remember how I was like, no, I get it, but this is not like call Spike to do stuff. So that's what I had to get off my chest.
Yeah, but and I think I heard this on the streets.
And
too,
he
so it's out
offered me a management position if I could do that. And
A management position in what?
the team, whatever, he's like, look, I know that this is a very sought after brand and I know that a lot of people want to be involved with it, but if you can make that thing in your zine with those 3 guys, I will let you be the manager of my team. That's what he told me.
I call bullshit.
That's fine.
I don't think it's a company.
What
I don't think it's a product.
team are you talking about?
I
Well,
can't
I know.
disclose. I can't
I know
disclose.
what team it is.
Tell me, Dave. Do it.
It's Flatland Fuel.
How did you guess?
Because he told me.
Pat told you that he told me that if I did a zine and those 3 guys contributed something, that he would make me team manager of Flatland Fuel.
He didn't tell me about team manager, but he told me that that's what he thinks you should do next for the next zine.
How many people has he told, do you think?
Well, I mean, when he was on the mic,
I'm going to tell
I didn't
everybody
ha-
now. I'm going to
didn't.
tell everybody. I'm going to get on
What? What's
InstaWorld today and say Joe has got to. I'll figure out what you said, and
What's the big
I'm going to
deal?
tell everyone. Look how angry Joe is right now. Never
Yeah,
see, here comes a serial killer Joe coming up with a SpiderMan shirt.
Okay, so tell me the ethics of this. Tell me the ethics of this. So I know, like, Mike Daly, I've written something for. I hit him up and he's like, hey, I got something for him. Like, I sent him the zine. I don't know Mark Lumen, but like,
Wait, what's the point though? What do you want to achieve? Let's make sure we go there first.
What do I
and then
want to
back.
achieve?
He wants you to call Mark Lumen, Mike Daly, and Spike Jones and say, I need you to write something for free for Joe, is what he needs.
Exactly. That's why I'm saying it, because I don't want to do it.
You don't want to call the people.
I don't want to be.
That's
I don't want
right
to be
up
like,
Dave's
hey,
alley.
call
Dave
your
can handle
famous
all that.
friend to do
Dave knows all
something for
those
free.
people.
I
Dave
know.
knows all those people.
I know.
But my
I
point
know.
is like,
And
what is the reason to sell more zines? I'm just trying to understand.
This way he can be the Grand Poobah of Flatland Fuel. His dream in life.
My dream in life.
Dave, you have to help him.
I don't want
to help him.
I don't want.
You got to put Spike, Daly, and Lou on a text together and say, "Here's what we need." They'll jump right to it.
No.
Yeah, they'll jump
one
right
at a time.
No. This whole like, hey, you guys, this is like a. This is like a.
What was that noise Joe just made?
Hey, go talk to your friends.
Joe made an animal noise.
I know, that's new, Joe. Okay, take a deep breath. We're here. Go ahead.
I'm breaking
Dave,
down.
you have to now calm Joe down. The roles are reversed right now. Oh my God, you guys just did like the Freaky Friday switch where Dave is Joe and Joe is Dave right now.
It's true. Look at him, the way he's holding his hand.
Freaky Friday switch.
Oh my
Woo!
God.
I cracked myself.
Okay,
up.
Joe.
This is so good. I do have to go. I do have to go really soon because
get this off your chest, though. Get this off your chest. Go. What were you saying?
I don't.
Yeah, we don't want you beating.
I don't want people to say, "Hey, Joe, you're a really awesome guy. Hey, do you know Spike?
No
Can
one
you
ever
get Spike
says
to do something?"
Yeah, no.
That's what I don't want.
Yeah.
That's what I don't want. I don't want anybody doing that because I'm like, come on, shut up.
Well, I don't mind doing it at all as long as there's a reason and I can understand the reason.
I don't know any other reason aside from it being an awesome zine, but the terms I gave Eddie when I sold him the show on our behalf was
thank you for the check, by the way.
Ray,
I appreciate the
and
check.
Joe retain creative control. End of story. We are not, we're brand storytellers for hire, but that's us telling the story of the brand, not the brand trying to get us to get them free Mike Daly and free Spike Jones. Them's the rules.
Got it. Okay.
Well, my situation is I will never ever contact Spike and give him hey Spike, I got an idea for something. That would ruin everything. I've never done it and never will. I was talking to my friend Frank, who grew up with the Hangover guy.
Bradley Cooper.
What was his name? Bradley Cooper. And he said that people give my friend Frank scripts and say, "Can you give this to Bradley?" That's how bad it is. And I'm like, "Do you ever do it?" He's like, "No." You know what I mean? So that's like crazy.
I know a guy.
You know what I mean?
Who,
there's nothing that I would ever hand Spike that he'd go, "Wow, Ray, that's a great idea. I'm going to run with this." It would never happen. So why embarrass myself? You know what I mean?
Yeah, but you know what? What was beautiful is when we sent him the link and when we pranked Joe and we did the whole Island Girl, we got Spike, and that was delivered through.
Well, he knows true talent. That guy,
right? He
knows funny.
But that's different than going to him to say, "Hey, will you do this for me?" It's like we're just delivering something that he can relate to. And he was blown. He actually said in the text, you remember, he said, I really thought that Ray had a deal for a second there.
Because I'm an incredible actor. Just say
I
it.
know.
Just
So-
say.
You're an incredible actor. You know this. You don't have to. you
Yo,
don't
how
have to hear it from me.
great was it that when I asked my friend Frank, we were talking about Rad, and I said, do you think Bradley Cooper ever watched Rad? He goes, yeah, he watched it like 50 times with me. That was the funniest thing. Like Bradley Cooper sitting there watching Rad when he was like 15 cracks me up, dude.
That's
Yeah.
great.
Anyway,
My friend also
so
raced with Dave Clymer, if you remember him. You know who Dave Clymer is? See,
I know
Joe's
who
not
Dave
from the
Clymer is.
streets like me and you, Dave. Joe's like a newbie. He don't even know who Dave Clymer is.
no, I mean, I recognize it,
Such
but
a young,
I'm not
such a
familiar
young
with it.
lad Joe is. How do you not know who? How do you ride a bicycle and not know who Dave Clymer is? That's like you're a baseball player and you're like, you know, who's Ty Cobb? You kind of know who Ty Cobb is, right? A little bit. Maybe you
I
don't know who
mean-
Ty Cobb is.
I do know who Ty Cobb is.
Then you should know who Dave Clymer is.
There are holes in my history, in my BMX history. No question. And I work to close those up.
All
I
right,
have
whatever.
2 minutes. I have to run.
All right.
Where are you going to run to?
He's got to go somewhere. He's got to go get some Chilean sea bass and some Peruvian something for dinner tonight because Annie's getting done work in 8 minutes. I know the drill, dude. I know all about Joe. I know all Joe's stuff, man.
Yep, she's actually done right now.
See? That's
Oh wait, why don't I drive
she's-
over with you guys? We've done
We
this.
get to go for a Jeep ride.
Oh, we get
Ray.
to
Our
go
Jeep
for a
ride.
ride with
Jeep ride.
Joe. The Jeep. Beep, beep.
You
Who's
guys
got the
want to go
keys
for a
the
ride? You
Jeep?
guys want to go for a ride?
Yeah,
Christy
can you
Andy?
hit some snowbanks? Can you hit some snowbanks for us?
Hit,
Oh, dude,
hit
I got-
something.
I rolled up on that snowbank, and when I landed on it, I was like, I didn't know exactly what I should have done, should not have done, and I felt like a knucklehead. But it's true.
So Dave's homework is going to be contact Spike, contact Daly, and contact Lou. Now you have to
No.
write up what you need them to write for you, Joe.
No, I don't
Yeah.
want. Look,
Just got to do it.
Daly and I have been talking anyway, and so we're gonna.
Well,
do
you
that.
guys are plywood hoods, right?
Yes, we speak that.
Yeah, I think that there's got to have to be a little bit more of a game plan if I'm going to approach Lou or Spike.
I don't think you have to. I think
I mean,
for what
Yeah.
are you going to gain? It can only hurt things. Joe's just
Yeah,
going to
it-
have to figure something out.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? You don't want to bother those guys with nonsense. You know, even Daly don't got time for that.
well, Daly
I would-
might be on.
You should
board with
definitely
this.
you should call Spike right now. Get Spike on right now and have him talk to Joe. we should get Spike to
don't
come
like
on and yell at Joe. We should get Spike to come on and yell at Joe. Hey Joe,
And put him in his place.
you know what? I got shit to do. I make fucking $700,000 an hour, and you want me to write something free for your fucking zine? Go fuck
I
yourself.
know. Thank you.
Could we get
Thank you.
Spike to give Joe a dressing down on camera and then hang up on him? That would be the greatest.
Well, that's the nightmare that I want to avoid because I like,
No,
you
that
gotta
would be
respect the
funny
guy's
as
busy
shit.
and he's doing stuff. Like
That would be so much fun.
I had people like
Oh.
I bill out at a certain amount an hour. And I had somebody ask me if I could join her podcast because she's got like not a small agency, but she has an agency, and I knew her. And
I'm gonna text Spike to see if he's gonna be in New York when Joe's doing his stage something. And I'm gonna have Spike work the air horn.
Send him an air horn.
I'm gonna
Okay, Joe, continue.
I'll be
your
like,
Well,
story.
if
Spike,
my
I'm gonna pick you up.
clients hear
Here's the
about
air
this-
horns.
if my clients hear about this, they're gonna be like, "Oh, hey, can you have Spike on your thing?" And no,
Oh,
So did you do the podcast, Joe? Or for
no,
this-
I did. I said, look, I go have, you know, talk to the salesperson and take a look at the contract. And she looked at the contract and said, no fucking way I'm going to pay that. She, like, it was just a casual podcast for her, but they were going to charge her normal, like, full rates. Oh, shit.
the police.
Sorry, we pulled away from my Wi-Fi at the schoolhouse. But anyway, no, I couldn't do it because she looked at it was just like a podcast. They do these every couple weeks. And we were gonna charge my company was gonna charge her like a ton of money. And she was like, no.
Your company's not going to send Factor Freestyle bill, Eddie a bill. Wouldn't that be kind of ironic?
send an Eddie a bill.
This is Joe. This is
Dave,
Joe's.
you don't know how hard I laugh every time I see it in print. Eddie Fiola's Factor Freestyle. It's
I
my
know.
favorite thing in the world.
It's so
It's
great.
the greatest.
Well, I guess
It's nice that we're talking here, not in characters that are interlocked in a comedic conflict. It's nice to, talk like friends here.
pull the curtain back a little bit. Is that what you mean? But yeah, I
I'm
mean,
never in character.
yes.
Thank you. I'm never in character, whatever you're talking about. I do not have a character.
yeah, I think I'm
could
done
never-
with characters, Joe. I think I'm just gonna go back to
We should get rid of characters.
Yeah,
Whatever
just
you
drop
guys
the
claim
characters.
is
We're
a
getting rid of
character,
characters.
I want the real
We're getting
Dave
rid of
Nori.
characters.
It'd be so
Yeah, I
much
think that's-
fun.
I think that's more genuine.
You know what?
I did
thrown
too.
it off.
2023, no more characters. It's over.
No more
I
characters.
am making what is it, a proclamation? Is that a word?
Executive
Yeah.
decision.
And I'm making an
executive decision.
executive
Your issue-
decision.
And
There
you
are
don't need
no more
Fiola's signature.
characters.
You don't need Fiola to sign off on it. You can make that decision, Ray. all
Yeah,
on
no,
your own.
we can. Yeah, we can.
Yeah,
No, we can do anything. Yeah, we don't need Eddie's.
We retain creative control. Those are the
Yep.
terms.
Yeah.
Yeah, no characters. That'll make it so much easier to understand what's going on.
Yes.
Okay, so Dave, I am very curious about some of the people. You can name them or not name them that have asked you, dude, what the hell is going on? Why is Joe like jumping down your throat? Please tell me some of those stories.
Well, the most recent one happened in I was in the VIP area of the Red Bull event, which I just went back there because I just
You
knew
didn't
a
have
lot
to
of
hang
people
out
back
with
there.
my buddy Ryan Humphrey. He's my boy. Did you ever meet him
Yeah,
before?
Yeah, I met
He's
him.
a great
I never
guy.
met him before. Yeah, he was great. No, I really liked Ryan a lot.
He's super great. He's the
Yeah.
best.
And he does some really cool things. He did something with Wilkerson. He was saying how it was really hard to get some stickers from Wilkerson, but he got him finally. Anyhow, I could relate to that. So anyhow, I basically was back there saying hi, and I seen Ephraim, and Ephraim's like, "Hey, how's it going? Good, yeah, nice to see you. Glad you made it," because he wasn't going to make it, and then last minute they
Yeah.
pulled it off. And
Yeah.
so we just chit chat, and he just turned to me in a real serious voice. He said, "Dave, how do you put up with Joe? He makes you look so bad." And I said, and honestly, I mean, completely, it didn't affect me because I know that
That's
if
the
I did-
joke.
yeah, if I was concerned that you were actually out to sabotage me and my career or whatever, my reputation,
I
would be
wouldn't let
worried
it
about
happen.
Yeah. And I just blew it off like, oh, it's just Joe, I just basically crazy Joe. I mean, that's kind of how I
Yes.
pawned it off. But in the future, I think I'm going to go even a little further just to say, I found that there's been some own personal growth that I've gone through with that show, and Joe has been a leader in that endeavor. And then other times have been not as direct, a little bit, well, some of the comments on the different social media platforms I've just seen where people start to dig at me, or you know what I mean? And even Todd, like, and that was kind of surprising on a couple occasions. And I have to check in with Todd to see, like, has he crossed over? Because he used to be kind of on my side, like it felt like.
Well, we're you know, there's a code of conduct with tutorials, but like those are all the nitpick things that we were picking on, because this is supposed to be like the Dave Norrie pressure campaign that was like taking the life coaching to like extremes, like that movie with that group of friends who played tag, the same game of tag for 20 years.
Yeah.
That's what it was supposed to be about, but it is
Well,
confusing
recently,
everyone.
yeah, recently Todd said something that just kind of took me back, like, huh, okay, you know, I wasn't sure where he was coming from, but anyhow, it's all good.
Joe, what do you got to go pick up right now? Flowers or the Chilean sea bass? Or the wine?
We had shipped send, you know, do the grocery shopping.
You had what?
There's this app called Shipped,
Shipt.
SHIPT, who's paying
And you got to go
me
pick the
talk
groceries
about
up.
them on the show.
So you got to pick up the groceries that you didn't pick up.
Yeah.
So you're
like
still
you order
picking them up.
on an app.
You're still picking up the one. You're still picking them up. So the app's not full circle. It doesn't do it all.
Well,
You still got to get them.
I mean, I'm picking them up from the front porch.
Yeah. Dave has
anyway,
to just
so-
bring them
so we
right to
don't
the
have to
house.
shop.
And Dave does it.
No, I've never done anything close to that. Not even remotely close.
Dave and I don't order groceries. We go to the grocery store, right, Dave?
Yeah, I mean,
We're real
even
people.
Amazon,
We're not-
I probably ordered it from Amazon maybe 10 times in my life.
Oh, Amazon. My wife is an expert at Amazon. I'm just talking about
Seriously.
the grocery store. You know.
I mean, I work in this world, so like, if there's an app that you can use to not do something, I have to use.
So
the
now,
app to figure out
we're
what they're doing.
beneath Joe. We don't work as hard as Joe.
Yeah, and our
Motherfucker, man. I like it better when Joe is in character, because now I'm pissed.
yeah,
Now he's
exactly.
demeaning me.
Now he's just
I
putting
can't write it
himself
off
on
as
this pedestal.
being in character. Now the real Joe. Joe's better than us. You
What are
know,
you talking about
I mean,
better?
up until college, when he got out of college and couldn't read, but now, you know, he goes to New
Until
York and
he's
has
flying-
the stage.
He's flying to New York to be like the head speaker at this big event,
Yeah.
and he
I
can't
can
go to
drive
one
there.
way.
I'm only an hour and a half.
Shut up with this. It's just something that I do. Like, I like the technology stuff, and I've always taken jobs that were like, well, I took a lot of jobs that were just like, no one else wanted to take them because they were practically impossible. And I was like, I'll figure it out. And so I learned a bunch of stuff, and I've got all these weird experiences that, you know, now if I can write them and get the point across, then it's a lot easier than reading, you know, like an instruction manual, because they don't teach this stuff in college. Like, they've never taught it in college. The college is always behind. And so if you have people running companies, they're like, how the hell does this stuff work? It's like, well, you can't go to college. So they give
Anybody
me
know what
one
Joe's
very
talking about?
small
No.
thing. So at
No
work,
idea
they
what
give me
Joe's
one
talking
very
about.
small thing
Little
to
bit.
study, and I study it like
He's just babbling right now.
intensely.
He's just going.
Who's he talking to? Me or you? What's he?
He's talking to the audience. I think he's building
okay,
the
I'm
audience.
This
sorry,
is how
yeah.
I defend myself. I failed that one. That was not a good.
I
He's
had
better
no
in
idea what you're
character.
talking about.
Okay,
I need
Joe's
life
the only
coaching
one
on
that's going to stay in
defense.
character.
All I
now.
wanted to
think-
know is why you can't go to the grocery store, and then you start talking about technology and working. And
No, because
I've had every
because I-
job, and
I try
graduated
to study those
college.
apps and figure out what they're doing.
I so feel like the roles are reversed now. I feel so relieved now. This
Yeah.
has like been the best call.
yeah.
Nothing. Come on,
This
guys.
Joe
Spotlight
now has
is
to do the naked
shifted.
Gumby. Joe is on a crusade to do a naked Gumby now, because I don't think he can do it. I'm gonna bust his balls about the naked Gumby now until he does it. I may start a goddamn zine. I work for the top Reaper graphics firm in Pennsylvania. I can bang out a zine at my lunch break, motherfucker. Let's go. Here we go, man.
We're gonna have a zine off.
A zine off. Oh my god.
I'm gonna have. I mean, we print gold. We can print a gold cover, like gold and silver. Oh, I could make a zine. I could make a zine that's gonna look like Willy, like Charlie opening that golden ticket for Willy Wonka. Like every page is gonna be winning the ticket. Oh boy, Joe, you better keep an eye on your shit, man. Yeah, we could.
Awesome.
Yeah, we could have a lot of problems here.
Oh, this is.
Dave and
this
I
is
might start
so
a
awesome.
zine. Dave and I, which gonna have a reclamation sticker on the front in gold, and then it's gonna be us interviewing people on can Joe do the naked Gumby? You know?
Gosh.
Oh, I think you guys are gonna get a lot of support for that.
Well, you'll have to do
You'll
have to do all the posting for us, Joe, because I have no time to post all the stuff you post. So you're gonna have to bust your own balls posting that Dave and I are egging you on to do the naked Gumby. But you're gonna have to do all the posts.
But he just does it on Factor Freestyle. It's
I
fun.
can do it.
Yeah, so just lay out the zine for me, and then I'll try and get it done. Just you do all the work, man. You went to college. Dave and I didn't.
Just use Large Ray app, the printing app that Large Ray will have to have.
Yeah. We have to just start calling Joe College Boy. Okay, do a trick, College Boy.
Holy shit. I think this is the right thing because it's so unexpected. I did not see this coming.
Well, exactly. That's how life is, right?
Oh.
Do you really want me to send you the GoDaddy, and will you pay for it?
Yeah, I do.
He'll pay for anything. Joe loves paying for shit. He'll pay for it.
It'll be about $150 probably.
Oh, he's spending that on groceries today. He's good.
Well, look, box it up and get it over to me, because my mouth wrote a check that my bare ass was going to have to cash.
Yeah.
Because I said for this new video, like I called out, I told Dave, I was being very, very mysterious to Dave over text. I'm like, look, I'm going to do the Naked Gumby in my year-end edit. I'm going to copyright it as a derivative work. And then I'm if they want to do it. And Dave's like, be my guest, try to learn a Gumby. And I'm like, yeah, but I'm going to do it. And then I was like, why is Dave not taking the bait about the Naked Gumby? And then I was like, well, I got a coaster break. And then I was like, wait a second, I'm going to have to do a lot of practicing to figure this out, because the first thing when I met Dave, he was like, hey, can I show you how to do a Gumby? And I went to do the grab, and the bolt from the front brake was going right into my wrist, and I kind of let go, and Dave slaps me on the shoulder and he goes, are you listening? And then goes to demonstrate it to me. So Dave has been like ever since I met Dave, he's been trying to get me to do the Gumby. And so now all of this just feels like a judo move here. That
I think Dave needs to come out with his own shirt that says Gumbies aren't for pussies, because it's a hard trick. You know?
And you know what's funny, Ray, is I slammed hard, like really hard, to where my ribs are still bruised from, that was what, 3 weeks ago now.
Well, when we were at
you wrecked in a Gumby?
Yeah, I wrecked really hard. So I flipped over in front of all the riders basically in the VIP spot and behind the circle of balance, and I was just like messing around. And I did a Gumby, and I started to come out, and I was gonna touch, and I didn't want to touch, so I decided to go back into a Gumby. So I did like Gumby rebate, and I literally flipped over and landed on the bike in front of everybody, like Bruno, you, Keo, Dub, like all the riders are right there. I was so embarrassed. And then
Because you
right
didn't
after that,
touch.
well, I crashed. I slammed hard.
Crashed. See what it is when I saw you do the Gumby, I like analyzed it that last time I saw you do a Gumby when we were in North Carolina. And like I watched you get in and out of it, and you rode in and out of it fine. And the amount of like balance and strength that it takes, it's like equivalent to like doing the thing where like a guy does like the thing on a pole, like a flag pole, and then you like go straight, you know, like
Yeah.
the wind's blowing you. It's like that and a yoga move all put together. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's just like I don't think Joe will be able to do it because I think if Joe started doing them when he was a kid like you, I think the only reason Dave can do one now is because he's done them so often.
And I'm small too. I don't have any extra weight on me. Not that Joe
Yeah.
does.
Oh
but
my god!
Oh, Joe's got extra weight on him.
I've got
Joe's not going to eat for a
extra
week
weight and
now.
height.
He's going to throw those gummies up now. You fat bastard.
I have to change everything now to do this
Joe's going to
fucking
turn
Gumby.
anorexic now because of
So,
you.
So Joe,
Joe's going to be walking around like a hostage.
I wish you were at home right
in 2016, I lost 25 pounds to do the
Oh, here we go.
Here we go.
Hey, can I share my screen? Do you have that capability for me? Oh, darn.
You should be able to. I'm getting close to where
I'm
I
on
gotta
my-
be.
Well, because I was going to say I could just show you that tutorial right now, and you could see I did the gum. I posted it today.
It's fine. I'll watch it.
We'll watch it.
The first of 1,000 times I'm going to watch it.
All right. Hey, you guys, I got to roll. I got to go. I'm very busy today.
Are you going
Very,
to go
very
get
busy
Domino's?
today.
What's happening? Are you ordering Domino's?
No, my nephew's in town. The one that said that man was mopping the floor.
Oh, that's great. He's in
And
town.
I gotta go meet up with him. He went to the Eagles game with my brother today. And then so I'm gonna meet up with those guys shortly. But I have to watch the Eagles game right now. I have it on tape.
All right. Tell him I said
we shouldn't tell you who
said
won?
hi.
What's that?
You don't want to tell you who won?
No, I'll kill you if
Okay.
you tell me who won. Thank you for not telling me. But anyway, I'll talk to you guys later. Joe, you need to do a Gumby. Joe's got to do a Gumby. And there's no more characters on Factor Freestyle. We're all the same now. We're all the same. I'm
All the
so
same.
excited. I'm leaving.
More
Love,
characters.
peace, and chicken grease.
Of peace
Bye.
and rabbit
Bye.
teeth.